What does that say to you when I say the word vibration? What connotations do you get when you get the word vibration?
Movement.
Yes. Frequency. Yes. So we come down onto this planet with a certain frequency, okay? Each one of us has a certain frequency, and it's not like the other, okay? In other words, when you are born, first of all, every one of you that has been born has come through your mother and has brought with you a lot of the energy from your mother. Also on another level, you have also brought the energy from your ancestors. But because you're in the mother's womb for about 9 months, some of you 12, no, I'm just kidding, you actually bring in a lot of your mother's emotions and so on and so forth into your life until you're about 6 years old. You completely absorb everything. And usually, most of us do not remember before 6 years old. Many of us do not. I'm one of the few people that actually, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit here. I'm one of the few people that actually do I also go all the way back to the womb, and I've gone into past lives. Does anybody here believe that we've had past lives? Oh, yes. Yay! That makes me happy. That makes me happy because, yes, we have had many, many, many past lives. And it's one of the reasons why many of us get that deja vu. You know, the deja vu feeling where you're like, I've been here before. There's a part of me that says, I've been here before. I don't know, I just had to start. I'm sorry, guys. I just love being up here. And I love being able to channel. So, my life started very tough. And I had to go from being a person that was not wanted. Again, I'm telling you about the fact that everything that you go through in your mom's womb, you carry with you. Okay, we're just going to start with this life. The other things are also there, but I just want to stay there. I came out with a very, very strong feeling that I was supposed to be here for a reason, but I did not know why. Does anybody feel that sometimes? Like, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? What is my reason? Why did I choose to go through such hardships? And a lot of us do not understand that the reason why is because we actually were volunteers. We're volunteers to come to this planet at this time. Now, on so many levels, I wish I didn't only have 45 minutes. But I'm going to now tune into a little bit of the questions that you have, and I'm going to let Helene go away and let whatever comes through me, the higher version of me, come through. So let's just see if it's the sailor, the Danish drunken sailor that comes through, or because I'm from Denmark, or it's the Texan. Who knows? Let's just see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to vibration. Each one of you has a different frequency. Each one of you came in with a vibration. Each one of you is here for a reason. None of you are here by coincidence. There is a reason why you're here. When we connect to that reason, okay, now it's coming, good. When we connect to that reason, what happens is we start seeking, we start looking within, we start getting messages from without, and we start understanding, oh my goodness, there is some kind of a flow here. If I stay in a certain vibration, if I stay in a certain frequency, I'm going to have a beautiful flow. You all know it whenever you meditate. When you meditate, some of you do, some of you don't, it's okay. But when you meditate, you actually are quieted down so that you can listen to the guidance from the universe. And the universe is here to help you. Universe, God, source, divine, does not really matter how you put those terms through. It's all the same. It's a guidance from our actually from within. That's a little bit about what I'm talking about in the book. Many times we think it's God, it's Jesus, it's Yogananda, it's Buddha, and let me tell you, all of them have been working with me, pushing me in the way that I am sitting and standing right now. But ultimately, when you go within, ultimately that is where you're finding the highest guide, the most true guide for you. Because whatever you do, you are much more than you even can imagine. Each one of you, look at this beauty. Each one of you has that beautiful heart. You have that beautiful space that you are. The version of you that is right here is not the version of you that, okay, now it's coming new stuff again. It's not the version of you that simultaneously is on another place. Now that might feel a little bit, ooh, that's a little bit way beyond me. That's okay. I'm planting seeds right now. Because on a higher vibration, a higher level, there's a lot of information that I'm supposed to give you today. And a lot of love. If we can just understand that we all are love, then we have the ability to transform ourselves and our families and our loved ones and our not so loved ones. We are all love. How does that resonate with you guys? Okay. You see, we need to open up our hearts for ourselves, number one. It's not selfish. It's really what is going to set you free, but it's also going to allow you to take space in this world. You see, sometimes we let everybody else decide and dictate what we actually want to do, and so we don't sit in the driver's seat, we sit in the passenger seat. I want you all to take a couple of deep, deep breaths. And I want you to put your right hand on top of your heart, and then I want you to put your left hand on top of your right hand. And I want you to feel your hearts, the way your heart is pounding or the way it is moving. And I want you to take 5 counts in breath, like count to 5 when you're breathing in, slowly breathing in. Holding for 2 and then slowly breathing out. And the reason for that is when you breathe slowly, you are awakening your inner system to know that it's now time to heal. It's now time to rejuvenate. Just by your breath, breathing slowly in and slowly out. You are actually able to transform your cellular structure. Right now, we're not just transforming our cellular structure, we're transforming our DNA, we're transforming all of what we're about. And I don't know if you guys were feeling this summer. Has been pretty tough. From May on to now, it has been a beautiful transition. And sometimes not so beautiful. What do you guys think? Yeah, tough. But you've all chosen this. This is continue just breathing and letting your hearts just explode. Because you know what's happening right now? Each one of you that is opening up your hearts, you're healing your hearts with your hands. Do you know that every one of you is a healer? Yes? Everybody knows that they're healers? Okay, good. Because otherwise I would give you exercises how to show, how to feel that. So you see, when you are in that space, where you are in your heart space, you are in your soul space, you are in the space that is infinite. We're going to take a trip down infinity, okay? We're going to expand. I want you to keep your hands there, but I want you to know that your heart, your love energy is the energy that you can expand beyond the universes. We are going to allow ourselves 2 or 3 more long, long breaths in and out. Let's just do that first. And just feel how good it feels. I can feel each one of your hearts right now. And then I want you to allow yourselves to just close your eyes and take a little trip with me. Okay, So, you're an infinite being. In other words, you can travel infinite possibilities and infinite places. So I want you just to know that. I want you to breathe that. And I want you to imagine or pretend that you're throwing a rock onto a pond. And you know how it is when you throw a rock into a pond, the ripple effect just goes outwards? That's what you're going to do with your energy. Your energy body is going to do that. So, let's take a little trip. Let's take a little trip. In other words, just continue breathing, but now pretend that your energy body is going beyond you. It is going beyond you. It is expanding beyond your body, okay? It expands beyond your neighbor that you're sitting right beside. It expands beyond this room. It is now expanding beyond the hotel and beyond New York. Just continue expanding outwards. Continue expanding outwards beyond New York, beyond the state of New York, beyond the U.S. Just continue expanding. 360 degrees, completely expand beyond the U.S., Mexico, Canada. Just continue expanding beyond the earth, beyond the oceans and beyond the earth. Okay, let's continue expanding beyond the moon, the planets, the sun. Okay, continue expanding until you are beyond the universe. Wow. Just continue expanding beyond the universe and continue expanding till you see the light. Do you guys see the golden divine light that is around this whole area? Expand into the light and connect with that light. And just be in that expanded state. Just be in that expanded state. You are infinite. You are an infinite being. You have no limits. You are limitless. You're out there completely beyond this universe. Let's go beyond. Let's just connect with that light. Let's bring that light and love, that high frequency vibration, let's bring that back in. Because that high frequency vibration can go back in, and it goes back in, and it totally is able to come all the way into your skin. It's going to go all the way in. It's going to help you heal. It's going to help you regenerate all your cells. Allow that light to come completely in and caress you. And allow it to come in through the skin and go into your system, your circulatory system, your blood. Your blood now, imagine each blood cell right now is a heart. So they're heart cells. And imagine that going around in your whole body. In your whole body, you're just feeling the hearts completely going around all of you. Just allow yourselves to feel that. Wow. And when you're feeling that, just allow yourselves to be enveloped in this love frequency. Imagine right now that there's a heart bubble around each one of you that is coming in and is hugging you. I'm one of those people that I love to hug. So just imagine yourselves being hugged by a heart right now, completely. And that heart melts into all of you, and it goes into all of your cells, and it goes into all of your whole being is just filled with love. Just allow that. Just breathe that beautiful, beautiful love energy in. Okay. You see, now we're all on the same page. Our hearts are completely connected. Can you imagine what would happen if we could do that with the whole world? Just being in that love frequency and vibrating that love frequency. There would be nothing we would need to manifest because we would know exactly how. And your heart is a big part of it. When you send out love, guess what? You get love back. Maybe not from the same person, but you're getting love back. So your vibration, your heart vibration, as you can see now, is infinite. If there's something you want to manifest out there, guess what? That's exactly what you're going to do. You put that love frequency around whatever it is you want to manifest, and you bring that into you, and there is nothing that's going to stop you from that. Can you guys just feel that? Can you feel that beautiful energy just flowing around your arteries and your circulatory system, and everything is just love right now? You see, and when you shine that love to everyone, wow. And I'm talking about shining it from your heart. That is just amazing. And I want you guys to be able to do this. So you have gotten one trick on how to manifest through love. Okay? The next one is, because love has such a high frequency, a high vibration, guess what happens? You also let go of blockages. So if you want to let go of blockages, things that block you from what you want, your hands on your heart, and that little exercise we just did, you can do that at any time. Because the universe, God, source, divine would like you all to be living from your hearts. When you live from your hearts, you connect and you spread this love. And it has like a ripple effect. It will go beyond anything you can think of. I want you all to now be imagining every single one in your family that needs love. I want you to imagine your loved ones, and I want you to put hearts around them. And then I want you to imagine your not so loved ones, and I want you to put hearts around them. Because they need it as much as anyone. And then I want you to put hearts around every single one of the people that are up in Washington, D.C. Just put a big heart around all of them. You don't have to think about who it is. Just send them love up there because they need it. Okay? This is the way to connect. This is the way to resolve any conflicts. You put hearts around them. This is something that I got from the universe when I was channeling my book 2012. I've done a lot of things since then, but raising the vibration through love, okay? So when you raise your vibration, you are disintegrating negativity. You're disintegrating things that no longer serve you, okay? And now, because we are all connected on the heart space, I can feel each one of you right now. I'm going to send out some really good, loving, healing energy to each one of you. And I want you to know that this is something you can do completely on your own. This is very, very simple. When you sit in contemplation or meditation or prayer, this is something that you can do so easily, and you can help your family, you can help your friends, you can help anyone with this, okay? Now, the next thing I would like you to do is to think about the ones you can forgive, or the ones you can't forgive. Put hearts around their hearts, put hearts around them as well. You know, the ones that you're not really talking to anymore, that you have a little bit of an issue with. Put hearts around them as well, because they need it, and you guys need to resolve that conflict, because as long as there is that dissonance, it's going to affect you. But the ones that you can, send them forgiveness. You don't have to tell them, because each one here has chosen this life. Let me just tell you very, very shortly. When I was born, my mom did not want me, my dad did not want me, and I was put up for adoption. When I later on found that out, I felt very, very hurt. It's like, how could you not, how could you have done that? But later on, I did not become the victim, I became the creator of my life, and then I understood I had created this. Each one of you has created your lives. Each one of you. You are the ultimate creator, and not only that, you also choose the people that you want to co-create your life with. That's the beauty of it. So each one you have in your life, you are co-creating together with. That sounds really interesting, doesn't it? Okay, so that means that I chose my mother who didn't want me. I chose my dad, who was not in my life. I chose my husband or whatever, my ex-husband, sorry, not whatever, but who was a womanizer. I chose all this. And that's why he became an ex. But I chose all this in order for me to grow. While I was going through it, I felt like a victim. Now when I'm looking back, I'm like, oh my goodness, what a life. I would not have been here if it was not for that. But I did choose it, and I orchestrated all of these events. Now, if you can go and own your life, you become empowered. Owning every single thing that has happened to you, because nothing happens to us, we create it. So I want you to look at that and see it as a, sometimes it's tough because it all depends on where you are. If I had told myself that 10 years ago, I would have kicked my butt, okay? Because I would not have been happy. But I understand it now, and I understand it because I really live it. If you look around in your home and in your life, and there are things you do not like, it's up to you to change that. Nobody else can do that. So now I'm going to go back up, because now Helene is coming through, the little pusher here. I'm going to go back up. Telepathically, just ask questions. You can ask them out loud, but you can also do it telepathically. If there's anything you'd like me to cover, because I downloaded from, the internet, or whatever it's called up there. Okay. What about abuse? Okay. I would say like this, it's a little bigger topic, but I would say, yes, there is no soul here that does not accept. If you're in an abusive relationship, does that mean you should stay? No. But it does mean that you have on some level, your soul has on some level chosen to go through this, because we don't always see the reason while we're in it. But many times when we come out of it, we're like, oh my goodness, it taught me self-love. Biggest one. We need to learn, or we need to remember our self-love. It taught me how resilient I really am. And it also taught me to free myself. Like there's a lot of different things that abuse, if you're in an abusive relationship, teaches you. Am I telling you to stay? No. I'm telling you to make that decision through your heart. Again, the heart is the key. If we're able to make all our decisions through our hearts, guess what? Beautiful. A beautiful, miraculous life awaits. Okay? Stay in the hearts. And if there are things that are not that are not resonating with you, it is now time to let go of it, because it does not help you anymore. Because each one of you, now we're going to go into the next step, each one of you is actually ascending. You're transforming. Your DNA is being reprogrammed. Your bodies are being completely regenerated, because we are going into, and we have been for a while, we're going into the golden age, where our thoughts become our reality. Now, we have a default mechanism right now, because can you imagine if every single thing that you were thinking happens right away? What would happen? I can imagine that. It would be pretty scary. But we are learning how to control our thoughts, because our thoughts are soon going to be instant. Whatever we think happens. We have a little bit of a 2 or 3 year period where we're going to be able to get into that flow. Right now, we're still practicing. But you can, and we're going to do that today too. That's another thing they're telling me right now. Okay, so you can, I want you to imagine, because imagination is what we need to really work on. I want you to imagine a couple years from now, you have the dream life, the dream lifestyle, you're with your dream love, you are having the dream home, whatever it is that is your dream. I want you to feel it. I want you to look at it right now. I want you to imagine it. I want you to almost as if you're in that space right now. So just take a couple of minutes and just bring in everything. And just know that anything you dream of right now can always be changed because we're always evolving. Okay, so just bring that in your mind's eye. And if you can't visualize, just pretend. Not everybody's a visual. Sometimes we just pretend or feel it. Like if you have that little red car that you just want so badly. Like I manifested a little red car after I had gotten fired the 5th time. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Okay, what am I supposed to do here? I'm gonna feel bad about it? No, I'm gonna actually go to the dealership and get a key ring. And so every time I open up the car to the car that I have now, I'm looking at that key ring saying, hey, I have part of that car that I really have been wanted to have for a long time. And 2 months later, I actually had that car. But I had just gotten fired. I could have taken that and gone down the street and just been all sad. No, I said, nay, they're firing me. The universe is firing me because they're telling me you're not supposed to be working for anyone. You're only supposed to be working for yourself. You're supposed to be showing who you are. That's a little bit what we're talking about today. Being the you, the bigger version of you, the one that is going through the heart, the one that is love. Anyway, you guys are envisioning everything? Okay. I want you now to pierce time. As you might know, there is nothing called past, present, future. It's all one. It's all now. I want you to pretend that you are piercing time. In other words, don't bring it 2 years ahead of time. Bring it into you now, into your reality now. I hear the doubts. I can't really do that right now. Bring it into you right now. It's like putting in an order for Amazon. You send off an order for a book. You don't even think about it. It's going to come. Same with this. Take that life, bring it into you now. It's in your escrow. It's right here. You're totally manifesting it now. Okay? And because you're manifesting it now, you are able to completely feel it, smell it. You're able to completely feel it, smell it, hug it, whatever. And you are already that person. You see, you are already what you were manifesting. You are that right now. Okay, I hear doubters here. Okay. I know that right now you might see in reality, I'm not, but yes you are. Every single cell of you is that person that you were imagining a couple of years from now. The only difference is you haven't taken those little steps. It's like you have to go run a marathon and you're in the beginning. But you take one step at a time, and every time you take those steps, in the end you have run that marathon. Are you changed when you have run the marathon? Yes. But you're still that same person, you know? So just allow yourselves to not cut yourself short. Be all that you can be. This is amazing. So vibration, raising a vibration, being in the love space, sending out love, and because you're infinite, bring out that infinite beauty. Bring in whatever it is you want to manifest. Whatever it is, whoever it is, as well. Again, I have to say as well, there is not one of you that can make another person come into you. It is all free will. Okay, that's I just have to say that. But I want to say at the same time, when you stay in that love frequency, you wake up in the morning, you're feeling amazing. There's nothing that can put you down. Guess what? You are really manifesting already just by doing that. Remember when you rode your bike or swung in a swing or took a rowboat down the river. Remember those feelings when you felt one with everything? Everything was just flowing? That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly where you need to be. When you're in that flow, that's when things are happening. Okay? And I can tell you that there are a lot of times that I've not been in the flow and things stagnate. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I need to raise my vibration, back up there, dance around, do something I love to do, and then suddenly I'm changing the whole energy again. And it's one of those things that when you look at it from all of the perspectives of our lives, because again, we are not just here. We are simultaneously on different levels as well. The soul version of us is on different realities at the same time. I want you to ponder this. In your family, you probably have the irritating sister or brother, but you still love them, right? You have maybe a cousin who is a very, very intelligent one, the successful one. You might have a mother or a father that is overbearing or whatever. Every single one of the people that you have in your families is part of you. And I'm not talking about the DNA. If you look at your family, there are versions of you, every single one of them. And if they irritate you, it's because you need to work on something inside of you. There's nothing else there. Now, many of you have not understood or are now understanding some of the reasons why you're here. And some of you might be saying, well, you know what? I just get up in the morning, I go to work, I come back home, and in the weekends, I do a little bit of fun stuff. And if it's not working for you anymore, it's about time for you to take that step to say, okay, what is it I'm passionate about? Do you guys know what you're passionate about? What are you passionate about? Do you have anything that you're passionate about?
I like to paint.
Paint. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful way of being in the now. You? Okay. It's a wonderful way of being in the now. I'm an artist as well, and I know how it is when you just go in and before you know it, several hours, days have gone by. Yeah. It's a wonderful way of being in the now. But you see, at the same time, when you do that, you're in the now. You're not thinking about everything tomorrow or everything yesterday. And that's a little bit like the Buddhist tradition. They say that you're only sad when you feel that you're disconnected from something, or that you are wanting to be somewhere that, or you want the past to be in a certain way, or you want the future to be in a certain way. But when you're in the now, you're in peace, you're in balance, you're in harmony. How much does that resonate with you guys? Are you ever in the now, or you really feel it when you're in the now, that you can just completely just be? And you see, that's the key for completely being able to, again, manifest as well, which is an interesting concept. We want to manifest something. We're always thinking about the future. But it's about having fun. It's about staying in that vibration of love. It's about staying in the space of now. And it's about taking the steps towards that you want to manifest. And the reason why I know this is because I've had to do that on a very, very strong level. More or less, the rug was ripped out from underneath me, and I said to the universe, am I supposed to stay here? You guys make sure that I can stay here. In other words, you make sure that there's money for the rent. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I sat and meditated, and I said, okay, I'm going to do exactly what I have been teaching everybody else to do. What did I do? Every single morning, I've been doing that for many years. Every single morning, meditate. Every single morning, appreciate the fact that I'm waking up in the morning and I'm alive and I am loving it. And then I have a couple of dogs that come over, and of course, they want their attention. They want to go have a walk, go out in nature, Connect with nature, connect with all the flowers, connect with sometimes the water, sometimes we've had not so much water, but connect with nature, smell, enjoy, coming back in. And then I say, okay, universe, what's then my next step? What is my next step so that I can stay where I want to stay, I can live the life that I want to live, and I can be helping as many people as possible? Because when I help as many people as possible, I feel good. But I have to continue helping myself, number one. I have to continue being in my now. Because if I'm in my now future, I'm going to be nervous. How is that bill going to be paid? Oh, by the way, regarding bills, you guys know your chakra systems, right? Okay, energy centers. When our bills are, when we have a hard time paying our bills, guess what? Guess what chakra we are closed from? Yeah, exactly, the first. That's very important. I do vibration workshops where I teach this, but I also teach how to clear your chakras through a Tibetan meditation. And another thing, if you have doubt, where does doubt come from? It comes from one of your chakras that are blocked. But when you're in a meditative state and you're actually able to raise your vibration, you don't have doubt. When we're in the next space, like sometimes we are in other dimensions. You know, when you guys sleep, every one of you, when you're sleeping, you're in another dimension. You know that, right? You go, that's why when you come back, you feel, oh, you know, come back and wake up in the morning, you're all refreshed because we went back to source. We went back to the, you know, the highest vibration there is. But we do this on automatic, but we can actually do this by meditating as well. And when we do that, we have the flow. That's another way of keeping that flow going. So there's a part of me that wants to continue down that way, but there's a couple of things that I know that I wanted to speak about. How many of you feel that you might not come from Mother Earth? Okay. Is that a little bit foreign subject? Okay, well, let me say it like this. You're going to get it from the horse's mouth, okay? Many of us are hybrids. Like, I can't even say the percentage. Some of us are complete aliens. You're looking at one right now. Complete. 100%. And some of us have spent more time on Earth, but you have to also understand that when you look back thousands and thousands of years, we are all so mixed up so that we, you know, but what I'm talking about is recently, where have we come from? Now, some people resonate with Sirius, some people resonate with star systems here, star systems there. It's none of this really has that much of an importance, except for the fact that if you came down with a vibration that's higher than the one that you're in the family of, then you know that you come from another star system, because you're here to teach your family to raise their vibration, and that's really, really powerful. Okay? I do work a lot on the galactic level. I'm just gonna put it out there, because sometimes, I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, that's weird. I was like, okay, I don't really know if I want to know that person. But I do get a lot of the information now is coming down, because we are supposed to wake up to who we are. Okay, we are waking up to who we are, and it's a very important thing, because once we wake up to who we are, guess what? Then we don't have to pretend anymore. We just are. Can you imagine that? If we just woke up to who we were and we just became who we are, and not having to pretend or try to put on a mask for this person or that person, just being radiant, loving being. That's all we really are supposed to be on this planet. That's why we came down here, to radiate that. Now, some of us want to know, what's my mission? You know, when you affect someone else in a positive way, every single time you do that, guess what? You're doing what you came down here to do. Some of us have to write books. Some of us, we don't have to, but some of us choose to write books. Some of us choose to hold lectures. Some of us choose to paint. Every kind of expression. Now, if you sit here and you're like, I don't really know why I'm here. I don't really know why or what my passion is. I would invite you to do this heart, go into your heart and ask your heart why you're here. You see, your body has all of the answers. If you have any pains, for example, your body is telling you something. I work with this all the time. I'm a hypnotist as well, and a coach and healer, like we all are. But I work with this very much, bringing yourself into your body, knowing your body on a cellular level, going within yourself with a psychic vision and going in and seeing, okay, what is it that's stored here? What kind of trauma is it that's stored here that I'm not allowing to come through, or I'm not allowing myself to become this bigger version of myself because I'm having this trauma that I need to get rid of? And once we get rid of it, guess what? Oh, we free up so much new energies that's allowed to come in, and we free up the whole flow. And again, we're able to manifest. You see? The word manifest sometimes is being used a little bit too much, but I would just say like this, that there's a beauty in being you. And I want you all right now to imagine yourself that one time in your life where you felt you were invincible. Go back to your 5, 6-year-old, 2, 3-year-old, 7, 8-year-old. Go back to that time where you felt you're invincible. In other words, where you felt happy and joyous just the way you were. Go back to that. I want you to tune into that space. And when you tune into that space, I want you to just breathe into that. You see, that's the version of you that I want to bring in so that you can come back into that empowered version of you. Okay. That's the version that I would like for you to bring in. Because when you do that, what happens is you see that inner power that you already are and that you already have. You see that within you. There is nothing that person couldn't do that day. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember how that felt? I am always remembering when I was on top of a hill. I lived in Denmark, which is a little Scandinavian country. That's where I'm from. I know this Texan hat is because I live in Texas now, but, and I was on top of a hill. It was a spring day, a little chilly. It's always chilly, but this time there was a sun that was out, so I was really happy about that. Very few times we have that. Anyway, and I was on my bike, and I was about to ride down this really, really steep hill. And I just loved it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna see how fast I can ride that bike down that hill. And I just felt on top of the world. When I was up there, I felt on top of the world. And when I came down there and let that air just flow through my hair, and I just had a big smile. And I remember that was a very pivotal moment for me, because I was able to go really, really fast and feel like I was flowing through the whole thing. Now, do you guys have an experience where you can go in and tap into that, you know? Because a lot of us have forgotten who we really were when we were younger, and that's very important. Go back to who you really were. Bring that person back into your life now. That carefree, loving person that just has no fear. That's another thing. Fear or love, both cannot exist. Fear is leaving the planet, love is coming through. That's why we're talking about hearts right now. I want to open up for a little bit of questions, because I know I don't have that much time left, and I know I took, but I want to open up if anybody has any questions that I have not answered. Yes.
What about early childhood sexual abuse?
Yes, I work with that a lot. Are you asking if you created it?
No, it didn't happen to me, just in general.
Yes. Okay, that is something that we have chosen. I know this sounds horrible. I know some of you might be mad at me, okay? I'm just the messenger, okay? But I want to tell you that I work with that almost every day because I had that happen. Does that mean that I have it within me anymore? No, I do not. But I work with it every day, and I see how you can let go of that. And it's been through hypnosis I've been able to let go of, transform a lot of people because they've been wanting to let go of it. Anyway, yes, my dear.
Can you share a little bit about your alienness?
Okay. So you're right here. I'm very good at disguising, right? Okay. I don't know if some of you have understood that our blood types have a lot to do with our alienness as well. I'm an O negative. That's 100% alien. Okay. The AB negative and many of the negatives have that hybrid version of them. But let me say it like this. I'm an open channel, have always been able to see everything with the all-seeing eye, more or less. But I came in because I chose to come in. So my alienness has to do with the fact that I and my genes are on this planet in many ways, just like yours are. But mine, I more or less, I'm not like, definitely not like the Dalai Lama. He knows every single minute of all of his lives. But I did know when I came in why I came here. I didn't know that. I came from the planet of Orion, or the solar the system of Orion, but from Betelgeuse. You know that? You guys know that planet?
Yeah.
Okay, so I came from there. Many of us are star seeds. You see, like I say, 45 minutes is not going to be enough for me. I want to go deeper. But many of us are star seeds. Does that resonate with some people here? Okay. And so we are open to the fact that we are on this planet, we love this planet, we love Mother Earth, and I'm very much of an Earth person. But we're bringing in the cosmic energy too, to raise the frequency, to raise the vibration, to raise the awareness and the consciousness. So a little bit, I like working with the Galactic Federation, and I like working with the councils, because those are the ones that I connect with directly. So I don't know if anyone has heard of that before, but those are the ones that guide me on some levels, not in everything. Yeah.
Did you have past lives on Earth, or is this the first life that you remember?
No, I've had many past lives on Earth. I'm one of those.
It's interesting how you put that together.
I'm one of those blonde people that don't get it, right? It's really hard to be here on Earth, and I keep coming down here. Actually, my previous life, I know the last 4 previous lives. One was I was Native American, and another one was that I feel very much for the natives, and then another one was that I was African American, and so it's been, and I've been able to see the baby bodies like way back in here, yeah, and I have no trouble conceiving. So I'm not like, I am alien, but I'm not like alien in the way that I can't conceive human babies. Yeah, I'm totally able to do that.
Thanks.
Very, very, very big of a shapeshifter. I'm just kidding. At night I take off the, No. But, and I also want to tell you something, and that is, I work with every one of you. Like right now in this place here, I'm going to give you the possibility, if you want to have a reading from me for free, you sign up with your email, your name, and I'll probably have someone pick a name, not me, but somebody else will pick a name, and that's the name I'm going to go and give a reading to. Because I want you guys to, some of you to experience that. And if you want to connect with me, I have cards, I have books as well. That one is about star seeds. It's about the divine, how that has guided me throughout my life, but also how I have overcome abuse on many levels. And so it's my business. The universe is telling me it's my business card. I had to put my whole life out there. but also universal messages that were coming through here. So if you're interested, you know, I'm here for you guys. So, okay, I need to stop. Okay, well, love and light, and so happy that you guys came in.
What's the best way to protect against the electromagnetic fields and the satellites and the cell phone towers? Because even though they may sell devices for that,
Yeah.
some of them work and some of them may not, and you know,
Yes.
it's constant bombardment. That affects us, you know.
It does affect us. You're right. You're right. It does affect us, and now with the G5 coming along, it's
Yeah.
really it messes up with a lot of.
I'm afraid of people's DNA being, you know,
Oh, it is.
deteriorated.
Yeah, but that's why we have to eat. Oh, you see, I could continue.
So
That's
what
why
would
we
you
have.
suggest for the audience, basically? Yeah.
I would suggest you eat chlorella,
Right.
spirulina,
I'm already doing it. Yeah.
clear water.
Raw
Don't
food.
use the chemicals in your use natural chemicals. I
Right.
mean
Essential
vinegar and
oils.
so on and so forth. Essential oils.
Yeah.
Because if you use any of these harsh chemicals, it will leach into you. And you
Endocrine disruptors. Yeah.
yes,
Right.
completely yes.
But what about the, you know, electrical fields and, you know, what can we do with them?
I know in Texas we have these
Power.
metal roofs.
Yeah.
Keeps it away.
It keeps it away?
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of
What
met-
about the metal in the building, like a big building like this, an office, you know, these office
I don't.
buildings?
Well, as we don't get the internet through here, so that's probably pretty good. Some of these places probably are pretty good for that. Ground yourself in nature.
But
Number
the
one.
metal roofing takes away
Sorry?
those metal roofs
Yeah.
takes away.
Yeah,
the
because
radiation.
you can't get connection.
What kind of metal roofs?
Like they have these metal roofs in Texas that are like what are they called? I mean that's what they build with down there.
Yeah, something new.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, $10 for you guys who are here. So.
Do you have a booth here?
You know, he didn't give me a booth this time, so no, I don't. But that's why I have my connection here. So connect with me.
Are you staying overnight in the hotel?
Oh yes, I'm staying at the Renaissance, but I'm going to be back here tomorrow. I'm actually going to come back and
have a lecture or something?
no, I don't think so.
Are you in the panel?
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Who knows? Maybe I will, but I
Are
won't.
you're walking around? You're not just
Yeah.
some...
I'm just going to be walking around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I want to just connect with everyone and finish. Love you, all of you, because